the miniskirt. And here's what Mary Quaint said about her design of the miniskirt. Mini clothes. She didn't say mini skirt. She said mini clothes. Mini being smaller than the original. You see, a halter is a shirt. It's just shrunk. And it's shrunk for a purpose. See, a mini skirt is a skirt. It's just smaller than the original, and it's shrunk because of a purpose. Watch this. She says, many clothes are symbolic of those girls who want to seduce a man. Wow. This is why I designed it. Whether the miniskirt itself is in or out of style at any particular time is not the point. Watch this. The point is that that particular garment is but one symbol of the whole idea of the sexual revolution. This is the woman who designed the mini clothes. The skirt went from here to here. The blouse went from here to here. And she's telling you there's only one reason I designed this, so you could seduce a man. And that the mini clothes are part of the sexual revolution that they had back in the 60s or whatever. Wow. Now that shows you the spirit behind clothing that reveals too much of your body. It was designed for a purpose, Sister Adams, and that purpose is to seduce the opposite sex. It is to seduce them with the intention of having sexual relations with them. It was designed to draw their attention to your body. In a discussion with a group of young people, the question was asked why girls and boys go around with shirts or blouses unbuttoned and revealing and wear otherwise suggestive clothing. It's a survey. The consensus was that it was done for advertising purposes when they talked to these kids. In the survey, 76% of those responding said a girl is more likely to involve herself in immoral behavior by the subjective effect of wearing revealing clothing. 76%. 76% say that a young girl or a young boy will get involved in immoral sexual relations due to wearing revealing clothing. But it also sends another message, and that message is that these no longer care about what God thinks. And we're living in a society that does not care about what God thinks. Because you see, if they did, they would never appear in public in clothing that draws attention to their bodies. And they no longer care. We live in a society that no longer care what effect they have on others, having no concern that their unchaste displays may create lust in the heart of some young man who's growing into manhood, but still lacks maturity of self-control. But they don't care. They want to be revealing. See, why is it that places, including the United States military installations around the world, they prohibit the wearing of shorts, halters, and light clothes in the public on the bases? Why are such styles prohibited in prison? See, when I visited an inmate in prison in Louisiana, I noticed the regulations concerning clothing posted outside the gate on a large billboard as you drove in the gate to go see who you want to see. All the regulations on clothing was posted before you went in there. And you know what it had on there? It's amazing. No shorts, no halters, no low necks, no see-through clothing, nothing of that extent. Now, isn't it amazing? So why is that? Well, Jesus tells you why. Here's what he says. He said, whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her in his heart. See? And so, if a man or a woman dresses in a provocative manner, a revealing manner that causes a man to lust, he's sinning in his heart. He's already sinned in his heart. And so when either one dresses that's immodest, it's a sin in the eyes of God. Is this all right?
Yes.
How many wants to be close to God?
Amen.
How many wants to please Jesus?
Amen.
See, if you ain't careful, you get caught up in this culture movement that says that it's about our culture, it's about irrelevance, it's about all this, and you buy into that stuff. It don't mean that way no more. God's not like that no more. I say this every time, every Wednesday night. If God changes, He is not God.
That's right.
Because God said, I am Lord and I change not. God cannot change.
That's right.
The Bible describes two types of clothing. The attire of a harlot, Proverbs 7, and modest apparel, 1 Timothy 2 and 8. It doesn't take any intellectual giant to figure out in which category to place many clothes described by their Creator as symbolic of girls who want to seduce a man. Which category do you, the Bible speaks of attire of a harlot and attire of a Christian lady, modest apparel. Now, which one of the many clothes, by the definition of many clothes, by its Creator, Mary Gant, or whatever her name was, Mary Quant. Now, which one would you put many clothes in? I can tell you which one God puts it in. It says, Christians, do we really want to dress like and act like and be like the world? Do we really? You see, I have found out. Is this okay? Sister Adams, I have found out that most of our young ladies dress that way because they want a man. And so they're trying to get someone's attention. The problem is they don't get the attention of a godly man.
Right.
See, a godly man turns away from that because he recognizes, oh, that's trouble. So the only attention they get is a worldly man. So do we desire, as Christians, men or women, do we really want to dress like and be like and look like the world? Or do we desire to be what the Bible calls an elect race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for God's own possession, that we may show forth the excellencies of Him who called me out of darkness into His marvelous light? Paul said, I beseech you as sojourners and pilgrims to abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. Have your behavior seemingly among the Gentiles, that wherein they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they behold, glorify God in the day of visitation. That your behavior, that's your lifestyle, that goes from everything, wherever you go, how you talk, how you respond, how you look, the words out of your mouth, be proper. Because when all's said and done, do we want the approval of friends, family, and the world, or do we want the approval of God? So which one do we want? Remember this, and I'm closing. Remember this. You're only going to live 70, 80, if you're lucky, maybe 90, 95. If you're really, 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 really blessed. And you take all your vitamins and eat all your carrots and all your spinach. Let's stand. So let's just round it off to a good number called 100. So you're just going to live to be 100 years old. And during that 100 years, you're going to have all kinds of friends. You're going to please them, make them happy, and all this other kind of stuff. But remember this. Eternity has no end. So you may please them here. And you may please your friends and your family and all that here, and you just kind of fit in, and that's fine. Enjoy that 100 years. But just remember this, eternity has no end. And so are you going to gamble on pleasing your friends that you'll be okay when you get to heaven, not pleasing the Lord according to His Word? Or do you want to please God now and spend eternity with Him later? Because the fact is, all you young folks, let me tell you something. There will come a day when most of your friends, you will only have about 3 to 5 friends any given time in your life. And there will come a day when you grow up that those 3 to 5 friends will not care whether you live for God or you don't. They don't love you anyway. But all of those others, the ones that you got right now, probably won't even be with you when you get 50-year-old like me. I'm 50, and my friends have changed 3 times, 4 times in my life. And I'm 50. So you know what? Your friends consistently change in your life. And so if you're trying to please your friends and hang with the crowd, guess what? You're going to have to shift and change every time. So I tell you, the easiest thing to do is just make up your mind. You're going to please God. And whoever stays, stays. Whoever goes, goes. And that way you ain't never got changed no more. Because the crowd that likes your hairdo today, the next crowd next month may not like your hairdo. And so you're going to be all frustrated trying to change your hairdo 6 months from now because the bunch you wear now don't like your hairdo. Or they don't like the kind of shoes you wear. Or they don't like the glasses you wear. And so you're shifting and changing. You're frustrated. You're getting frustrated. So just do yourself a favor. Just look at them and say, I'm not pleasing you. I'm going to please God. That way I don't ever have to change because I know what He likes. And He'll never change. Because Galatians 1 and 10 says, am I now trying to win the approval of men or of God? Or am I trying to please men? If I were still trying to please men, listen to this. If I were still trying to please men, I would not be a servant of Christ. Because you see, modesty is a hard issue. Modesty is a hard issue. So until you get in the Word and you see that modesty is a hard issue, you get this in your heart. You say, Brother Jourdan, we ain't having that problem. I know, I'm just practicing on you when all them others come in here. Go ahead, laugh, it's fine. Say, we're gonna have a bunch of sinners coming in here, and they're gonna have to be loved. They're gonna come in here, and they're gonna have to be loved, loved, loved. Just you gotta ooze out with love, but you know what? You gotta teach them with love. And it's going to be hard because they're transitioning from one world to the next. And it's a hard transition. And you got to love them and you got to embrace them. And you got to do it just like you do an infant baby. You got to teach them to walk. You got to teach them to clothe themselves. You got to teach them to eat. You got to teach them to be faithful and committed. It's all part of being a mother. Any church that's not willing to take care of her baby is not a mother.
Right.
God ain't going to give a church that won't take care of babies. He will not give them babies. Period. Right. You can pray and fast and be prophesied over. If you won't take care of God, won't give it to you. Right. Why should He give a mother or children that she aborts every time He gives it to her? Right. He's not in the abortion business. He's in the saving business. And so you got to love these kids. You got to love these babies. You got to love them right where they're at. And then we got to teach them with love that this is what pleases God. Modesty. Look at somebody and say, are you modest? Because modesty is a hard issue. Let's lift our hands and let's love the Lord. Come on. Open your mouth. Let's love the Lord. Thank you, Father.